Hello, my friends. So, ladies, I know that we have so much going on in our lives all the time. Oh my gosh, the laundry, the cooking, the cleaning, the errands, the obligations outside of our home, the jobs, the children, the hubbies. It's so much all the time. And we are so good. And loving on others and putting other people first and taking care of them. But we're not always that great with loving ourselves. And I tell you, it's so important to do because we are giving, giving, giving all the time. And we are really going to need to learn how to give from a full cup. Because if we're always giving and not taking care of ourselves, then it makes it a little bit harder to continue the giving with joy and with love that we're called to do. So, this is just a list of just such a few things that you can do to love on yourself. I mean, the list is extensive. It can just go on and on and on, and it's different for everyone. But these are some simple things that I thought of, just little things that you can do to show self care for yourself. Number one, I love fuzzy socks. I mean, as simple as just wearing fuzzy socks. It's just so self-caring for me. Just that little self-love that I want to do. Or just being in my PJs. If I'm not going anywhere, if I'm done for the day, I'm not going out. Why not slip on my pajamas? And girls, you have my permission to even take off the bras and just be relaxed and give yourself some self-love. You can also wear yoga pants. If you're not working in an office, you're at home or if it's the weekend, just put on something comfortable. In the winter, put on sweatpants and just enjoy. Now, if you're going out, you always want to look your best. But when you're just hanging out at home and you want to just be comfortable, go ahead and do that. Number two, you want to be able to get out of your head. So again, I talked about the whole long list of the things that we have to take care of all of the time. Some are daily things, some are weekly, and some are monthly. And it's just clogging our brain with so much information. And I know with me, I'm always putting a lot of information in, and you can just get information overload. Truly, it's like your computer crashes, right? And so our brains will too. So what we need to do is learn to brain dump. We don't have to keep it all here and trying to organize what we have to do. Write it down. You can spend like 15 minutes, 20 minutes just brain dumping everything that needs to happen, and get your calendar out and figure out when things will happen. Like what day you're going to do some things. Some things have to be a certain day, like maybe have doctor's appointments, dental appointments, volunteering at the kids' schools. Some things are just already preset. Other things just kind of change it as you need to. Not everything has to happen on one day. Trust me, I'm talking to myself on this. We don't have to all get it done at one time. Number two, stop the negative talk. Sometimes we just feel like we're not enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not skinny enough. I'm not smart enough. There's like so many of these enoughs. We are enough. We are. All of us are created individually the way God wanted us to be, and we are enough. That doesn't mean that we don't learn or we don't continue to grow and that we don't educate ourselves in certain ways, but you are enough. You are everything you need to be. You are definitely enough. But then we also have to remember who we are. We have to feed ourselves with the positive affirmations. Remember who God said we are. He says we're loved, we're accepted, we're chosen, we are forgiven. And that goes on and on and on. You can study like, what are you? Who are you? So, and remember who you are. No matter what you might hear outside of the world, you remember who you are. Remember that and carry that in your heart and carry that in your mind, and get rid of the negative talk and just remember the positive affirmations, because the creator of the universe, God, has told us that. And then also be kind to yourself. You're not perfect. None of us are. None of us are perfect. Sometimes if you're scrolling like social media or something, you might think, oh, well, I'm not this or that because look at them. No, be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. There's no perfect mom. There's no perfect spouse. There's no perfect employee. There's no perfect anything. Not on this side of heaven. Nothing's perfect. So be kind to yourself. And I'm going to tell you, girl, you are going to mess up. Sorry, we're human. We're all in this human race together. We are going to fail. We're going to make mistakes, and it's okay. You just want to still be sure that you are kind to yourself, own that mistake. You might even have to laugh at yourself at that mistake. You may have to ask forgiveness from that mistake, but definitely learn from it and move on, and just know you're not going to get it right ever, not on this side of heaven. So remember that. Number two, look at the natural resources that we have. Oh my gosh, I love looking at the sunset. I have to be honest. I don't do it enough because you know what? It's up here and I haven't put it on that brain dump and then schedule it in. But there's times when I'm going to schedule in just going to the beach, because you know what? I love going to the beach. First of all, let's talk about beach for me. It's not everybody's jam, and not every one of you are able to go. I just happen to live close enough to go to a beach. But I love the waves. For me personally, the waves are, first of all, it's beautiful. The sound of the ocean, the coolness of that breeze, the smell of the ocean, even that salt water, sometimes a little fishy scent as well. But I just love that the beach for me is just very calming. But what is that calming place for you that's close by that you can get to? Is it a garden? Is it even your backyard? It doesn't have to be anything far away. What is it that brings you joy and peace and tranquility and centers you? Maybe the sunrise and the sunset. I am not an early riser person, so I really don't see very many sunsets. I've seen them before, but I haven't seen them often. But the sunrise, the sunsets, I do get to see. Getting some sunshine is going to be helpful. That sunshine, being out in nature and the fresh air and getting the vitamin D, that does a lot for our mental state and boost our energy and boost our all the positive, wonderful hormones that we need, that keeps us going. So definitely be sure that you're getting outside, getting some fresh air. Definitely get that sunshine, vitamin D. Maybe it's people. Maybe you need to pull in a toddler or pull in a spouse or pull in someone that's in your house and just hug. Do you know that hugs will change your mood? Hugs can be very, very beneficial. It even lowers your blood pressure your blood pressure numbers, and it can lower your heart rate in a good way. It is absolutely very therapeutic. Maybe you have just a dog or your puppy at home. I don't think cats really like the hugs. Maybe you have a trained cat that you can hug. Maybe you just need to get outside. Maybe you need to hug a pillow. I don't know. Whatever it is, just get some loving and just love yourself. You can hug onto yourself as well. Just get some hugs in. And then there's a few products too that I know that's very beneficial. Number one, magnesium is really great to have in our system because it is also it helps with depression. So if you're getting more magnesium in, and actually I kind of studied magnesium a little bit just today. So now that I know about magnesium, I'm going to be using it more often. I actually purchased this magnesium for my daughter for menstrual cramps. So if you have anyone near that has menstrual cramps and they need some magnesium, it really does make a difference. But now, as I've read, I'm going to be using this for myself too. So magnesium is really good for de-stressing, helping you stay calm and settled. This one happens to be a lavender scent. So it absolutely is fabulous for helping you to be relaxed. And speaking of lavender, I actually use our baby line. Yeah, I know it's the baby line, but it works for everybody. It works for people. You just call it the people line because it works for everyone to just help you to be calm. And what I like to do with the cologne is I just put it in once I'm finished with my room spray. I just clean it out and then put in the Jafra baby cologne because it doesn't have a pump. So I pour it in here and then I can spray this on my pillows. I can spray it on my bedding. I can spray it wherever, even on my body. So anytime I want to feel relaxed. So there's that. I also use essential oils because aromatherapy is so great. Look at all that. Oh, lots of essential oils, and there's even more in my drawer. Because aromatherapy is so wonderful, and there's so many oils that take care of all kind of different ailments as well. Like I've been having problems with my wrist, so I've been putting that on for pain. So there's so many different essential oils. I also like diffusing it into my home and just having that nice environment of just changing that atmosphere. And then speaking of aromatherapy, there's nothing that I've discovered that's better than the ginger sea salt and body rub. This is, I mean, honestly, the moment you take the lid off of this jar, the relaxation begins. So you might want to every now and again put a little bit on your wrist so you can just breathe that in. And so you're always feeling your best. Now, so I love doing some of these things for preventive. Preventive care is always best. So you so that you're feeling better all the time, and then you won't have as many episodes of maybe feeling the anxiety or just like, oh, there's so much happening, there's so much going on, and that overwhelm, right? So these are different things that you can do regularly. But then if you are feeling overwhelmed, here is your little bucket of ideas that can help you to do your best, feel your best, and recover. But we're humans. We are going to have those moments of overwhelm, feeling overwhelmed, or maybe some anxiety, or maybe even some depression. And like I've always said, if you're having chronic depression, please talk to your doctor because you can get help with that, or a clergy person if you need the counseling with that, or a psychologist, or reach out so that you're getting the help you need. These are just like for minor everyday, oh, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, I'm feeling a little stressed. So there you have it. There's so many more. I would love for you to tell me in the comments below, what are some things that you do? Because these are different things that I will probably will be bringing regularly. I mean, I've done them quite often in the past. So you can even scroll through my YouTube videos or even my website, Purple Essence by Evelyn. It's actually a blog site. And look and see, because I talk about these often enough, because yeah, as much as we want our face to look pretty and youthful and looking young all the time, it all starts in the mind too. You've got to have a healthy mind and a healthy mental state. I'm all about your total well-being, not just about some face cream. So these are simple little things that you can do. I mean, throw on some fuzzy socks, put on your PJs, call it a day. And have a fabulous time. And then always keep coming back here to me. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that, because I'm always here keeping you royal. And bye for now.